Mom found this recipe for the sweet berry biscuits, and it calls for 2 cups of Bisquick baking mix. This container says Quick Mix on it.
It is.
I don't know if it's Bisquick or Quick Mix, meaning homemade Bisquick, but I think it's actually Bisquick. But we're going to do this with some of the jam that's in the fridge in storage containers instead of in a jar. I've got fuzzy camera. Maybe I can blow out my camera and get the focus better, because that's not good. Well, I got the camera blown out. It seems happier. It looks better to me, at least, on that. I think, like I said, I think this is actually Bisquick, not Quick Mix. One day, maybe we'll have to find Mom's recipe and make some up, a batch up. But for now, we're going to do these sweet berry biscuits. I've got to find all the stuff that goes into it. Sugar I've got handy. Have to get the butter, milk, fruit preserves we've got, and the glaze. So I guess everything's here, except for I've got to find the paper cups to go in the muffin tins and the muffin tins. Not sure how long I'm going to be able to do this. I just ran to pick up some powdered sugar. And I got the Western Family, which is the Associated Foods generic brand, and a pound was 89 cents. The C&H 2-pound next to it was $2.49, and then they had a big empty shelf where the 2-pound Western Family for $1.99 is. Saved a dime a pound buying this. But like I said, the vacuum's on. That's for the glaze. I'm going to go ahead and mix the 2 cups of Bisquick. Oh, I did line the pans, and I got the oven running, started preheating. So I need to Bisquick, sugar, and margarine until crumbly. Have the pastry cutter here to do that. If people have never used these, the ones they make that are wire just don't work. You actually need the cutter. The ones that are metal that have like a blade. But you also have to have something to clean it so you can continue cutting it. The metal is cut to have it form a blade. The wire ones just don't work. I don't use one much, and I had one of those wire ones and figured cheap little thing, wouldn't really need it. Hated it. I've got the milk measured out at once, 2/3 of a cup. Mom didn't have any milk. She does almond milk, but she did have some buttermilk. So we're gonna try to get this put together with the buttermilk. She said it'll just make it taste sweeter. I don't know how, because I could never handle the flavor of buttermilk myself because it was bitter to me. Yet I like sourdough bread. Go figure. Let me get this all cut together. This recipe says only mix by hand, 15 strokes after the milk has been added. Oh, missed some sugar. Just gonna real quick stir that in. So I'm gonna real quick stir in the milk and start putting it in the muffin tins. This says to put a tablespoon of dough in each cup, and I need enough to do another tablespoon on top. I'm just going to use a spoon. I don't know how I would measure a tablespoon with the measuring spoons. may have to get Mom and have her assist me, because she says these cover the bottom and I'm not seeing it. The dough is definitely not, and that's about a tablespoon. If I got out a measuring spoon, it would be about that volume. So this is Mom's recipe. I'm gonna go get Mom. Well, I got Mom here, and I remember she actually has helped me put the jam in this one. I remember these that should roll them out and then cut them with the biscuit cutter or a soup can or a vegetable can or whatever, and then just fold them over or put another one on the top. What I've done is I've just spread these out with my finger to cover the bottom. I'll accept that one, which I missed. And then we're just spooning the jam into it, and we'll put a coating over the top after we're done. The oven is heating, and we'll just keep going until we run out, and then we may do a different way. I gotta wash my hands, but that really tasted good. I licked the jam off my finger. Be right back, and we'll put the jam. This is peach, and I believe this is what Mom called the tropical medley. Pineapple, apricot, peach, I don't know, whatever we had. It was good jam. And the oven just heated up, so we got to get the tops on these. I've got to wash my hands. Be right back. Well, these were a real pain, so I didn't really get much done on them. The oven's warm. They're in. I need to check the recipe. 10 to 15 minutes. So I'm going to set the timer for 12 and go from there. We'll get back to it. We're going to do another batch. Mom said that this was really annoying and that she probably did make them rolled out the way I remember them more than she did this way. But this was what she used a basis for the recipe. So I'm going to get cleaned up and we're going to start over. I'm going to make the glaze for this, so I guess do that first. Okay, this recipe is real simple. Wants half a cup of the powdered sugar and a tablespoon of warm water. I need to get scissors to open the powdered sugar, and then we'll get... I've been rinsing dishes, so I've got the water warm, so I'm going to do that first. Just put it in the bowl. Then we need a half cup of the powdered sugar. One day I may have to show how to make powdered sugar in a pinch. I could have done it today, but I just ran to the store instead. So that's over there, and we need a quarter teaspoon of vanilla. So, and it says I'm supposed to put the vanilla in before I stir it, so I guess I better do that. Oops, got a little more than I needed probably, but I like vanilla. So I'm going to stir this up, and it's going to take a bit, so I'm not going to bother you keeping it going. Maybe I will. Need to grab a squeegee, and I'm going to grab something else just to show you. And so I'll be right back. Got corrected while I had the camera stopped. Rubber scraper, not a squeegee. I'm going to finish getting this mixed, and then I'll show you what I brought over. It was on the way to the squeegee. Sorry, rubber scraper. Okay, there's our glaze. What I wanted to show you is this is a vanilla bean. I don't know if the angle where it's the best. There's a vanilla bean in there, and that's in vodka. Looking at this here, says vanilla bean extractives in water, alcohol 35%, and sugar. This is just 40% alcohol vodka, no water, no sugar. I think I may need to actually crush the bean because it's not extracting as well as I'd like. But for now, that's just something I started because had the bottle and had the bean and had the vodka, so not the best vodka, but that's beside the point. The glaze is ready. We're waiting on the timer. Looks like we've got 6 minutes left. I'm going to rinse up some dishes while I wait, and we'll get back to it when those come out. These just came out of the oven. I'm going to put the glaze on them. Just a little bit with a spoon here. They should melt down. This is just a simple glaze. I'm actually glad it has the vanilla in it, because I've had it where it was just the sugar and water, and not my favorite thing. I'm actually getting ready to make some more of these. I'm going to roll them out. I'm going to double the batch because there's a lot of jam still that just needs to be used up. It was just the foam from when we made the jam last fall, but it's just been sitting in the fridge because it's not in a jar and it's not being used. So I'm gonna make it into some tarts, I guess, since these muffins that we're trying were too much of a pain. But that's them. But they are difficult and they get on your hands, and we're just going to try it with the rolling pin. Oh, Bella wants. I'm just taking these out of the muffin tins, and as you can see, the preserves boiled over actually a couple times here, and the pans look terrible. I'm going to make tarts. Well, I got these finished. This is the recipe using the muffin tins, and these are what we did, just making up the dough and putting random shapes. We did some round, some square, some just whatever, some triangles here. I ran out of glaze. I'm not going to make any more. I just got done doing dishes. I don't want to make another mess. But with or without the glaze, I'm sure they'll be good. The dough is basically the same as a Bisquick, sweet Bisquick. You add 2 tablespoons of sugar to the Bisquick and milk. However, this one also had the butter. They did get nice and fluffy. They were beautiful. They're not quite what I remember. One day, maybe we'll have to do some of the regular sweet biscuit ones. But for now, that's it. I'm done with the dishes. My hands are feeling soft but dry. I've got to, I guess, do lotion. Mom wanted to make this cabbage salad, and she had half a head of cabbage that had actually started to grow a new head inside of it. I'm using that, and then I'm also have another cabbage I'm going to shred. It's pretty time consuming. I'm not going to talk through it. If I record it, I'll just speed it up. If I record it, I'm just going to let it go. Forgot to put the green onions in, so I just put them in. Gonna toss it again. Be done with it. Thanks for watching Perhaps Cooking. Feel free to share, give me a thumbs up, or subscribe.